So most of you probably should know that the name of this place is Divine Connection. We also have a subtitle, which is Center for Spiritual Awareness. I wanted to talk about that subtitle a little bit because it goes much further than this building or this property. Let's first talk about Center for Spiritual Awareness and define those words and what they mean. So center, the definition according to Webster, a point, area, person, or thing that is most important or pivotal in relation to an indicated activity, interest, or condition. Okay? Now I'm going to define it myself because that just kind of leaves it wide open to all kinds of stuff. To me, center speaks to the physical place where people can come together and learn and grow, or just a central place they can come together. Center speaks to the place within each person where they connect more fully with their truth, with God. Center speaks to this community of people who provide a safe haven for others to explore their own truth, to explore what they know, who they are in truth, and to look deeper within themselves. Center speaks to the foundation of belief that we hold true here, that we hold dear here. The omnipotence, omnipresence, and omniscience of God. Spiritual. Webster says experiences, thoughts, feelings that are beyond our human and material experience and expression, relating to our experience and expression of God. I added that part. My definition, spiritual, is the infinite connection to God. It is knowing God within. It is knowing God in all, as all, and through all. Spiritual is our experience. It is a way for us to see, understand, experience, and live beyond the material situations and circumstances of this world. Spiritual is our expression of love to others, to all things, to all situations. Spiritual is our example to others through our words, thoughts, and actions. Spiritual is knowing divine presence within and within ourselves and in all. Awareness, Webster, knowledge and understanding. It is knowing that something is happening. My definition, awareness is knowing that while we are individual expressions of God in this human form, we are also one in God, each other, in all things. Awareness is our ability to tune into and correct our thoughts, which allows us to correct or elevate our experiences and our expressions. Awareness is the experience of right here, right now, knowing God presence and living in consciousness. I think that last one is probably the most important one for us to keep in mind. Awareness is living in consciousness. And we can't do that unless we're right here, right now. We think about the past. We're thinking about perceptions. We think about the future. We're thinking about what we hope may happen or what we fear may happen. But being right here, right now, we can be in consciousness and be aware. So Center for Spiritual Awareness not only refers to this place in Van Alstyne, Texas, it also refers to the work that we do, what we're teaching, what we're learning. It also refers to the truth that is us. It refers to the energy that we express, the love and the peace that we give. So this Center for Spiritual Awareness is a lot bigger than just this dome, this property. It's us. It's awareness, it's consciousness. Now we're talking about infinite. Our intention as a community and as individuals is to expand our spiritual awareness. That's how we came up with this name. This is a place to come to help expand. And we're going to get more into the help part in a minute. But it's how we can offer time for people to study and to learn about spirituality. But what we have to remember is the key to experiencing spirituality is to experience it. We can study all day long. While authentic experience of spiritual truth is the key for our expanded understanding of truth, consciousness of truth, that study is still beneficial. What we have to remember, though, is the things that we study, it's all part of the past. It may have been true, it may be magnificent, but it's part of the past. Spirituality is ever expanding because our understanding of it is ever expanding. So we can learn all day long, and that's beautiful. But instead of letting that be the whole truth, we let that be our foundation for greater expansion. Never take what somebody teaches, especially me, as the whole truth. Never. Because if any of you guys ever start putting me on a pedestal as being the ultimate truth, I'm stepping down because I'm doing something wrong. It is not me. Spirituality is within you, and the study that you do is a place to learn and just build that foundation so you can do like Kathy loves to do. I wonder what it would be like. So I want you to take what you learn in here and learn in books and learn everywhere else. I wonder what it would be like if I grew, if I expanded, if it elevated. Spirituality has to do with the reality of right here and right now. So you learn from the past, but you bring it into the right here and the right now. How does it hold up? How does it benefit? How does it serve greater good and you? Opening awareness to spirituality, tremendous growth in our spiritual awareness deepens our experience of God. It doesn't mean that the world around us is going to change. Okay? Do not look for the world around you to change as you're changing. Because if you're basing your growth on what you see out there, you're going to think you're going backwards. Okay? But what will happen is as you grow, as you open up understanding, as you expand consciousness, your perception of what's going on outside of you will change. It will change for the better. But the growth that you're looking for, the expansion that you're looking for is within. Growing spiritually involves learning how to live with an imperfection. Part of that is if God is everywhere present, if God is the only power, omnipotent, and if God is the only wisdom, omniscient, then that thing that we think is imperfect, can it be without God? So it's not that we have to see the perfection of that thing as much as we have to understand there is a perfection. We're just unable to see it many times. And don't look to me to explain what's perfect about some of the situations that are going on. Because I'm not the guy. I hadn't figured it out yet. But I do know something about everything has to be perfect. And that's something that we'll figure out someday. The search for spirituality is, first of all, looking beyond the material evidence before us. It's embracing the spiritual reality and truth that is within you. And when you embrace that, you can realize, you can come to understand, you can accept that it's everywhere present as well. Spirituality, once acknowledged and experienced within, expresses as true speaking and true thinking from us out into the world. If we're thinking truth, if we're thinking correctly, those imperfections that we see out there aren't quite so imperfect anymore. We start finding understanding. Not that we agree, not that it's something we would go out and do if it's an action that we're looking at, but we start understanding a little bit more. And as we grow our spiritual understanding of truth, our understanding of that starts growing. Folks, it's in understanding that we can find peace within ourselves and outside of us. It's understanding that allows us to find love everywhere present. And if we think about the love of God, which is in us, as us, through us, we realize that love is expressed and given and received unconditionally. And we do all of that through greater understanding. So imagine if you can get to the point where you can just send love no matter what's going on around you. How peaceful would that be? One of the things that we have to learn, one of the greatest keys to all of this, and this kind of sounds like I'm taking a left turn or a right turn, whichever way I just pointed. One of the keys to all of this is forgiveness. This is forgiveness for ourselves, for others. It is not attached to any situation or any person. This is forgiveness for thoughts that were incorrect. We're asking forgiveness for those times that we thought incorrectly. We saw something with resentment or anger or hatred. We're forgiving ourselves first. To experience and grow spiritual awareness, to know truth, we must live right here, right now, in this present moment, and forgiveness is one resource that assists us in being present. If we're being resistant or hatred or angry or hating or any of those negative feelings, we can't be right here, right now, because we can only direct those thoughts and feelings to something that has already happened. You might think that you can resent somebody in the future. Okay, yeah, so-and-so's coming over tomorrow. I'm not going to like them. You're basing that on something that happened in the past. That's not present moment awareness. To forgive, we simply think about every single person who has ever harmed us, cheated us, defrauded us, or said unkind things to us. We think about every single person that we said something bad to. Every time we withheld love, and we forgive. The practice of forgiveness is done for three reasons. One is to let others know that they no longer, or that you no longer wish a state of hostility between the two of you. And this goes for self too. This goes for self too. Anytime I get to this point, I think about those old cartoons where the little angel pops up on one shoulder, the little devil pops up on the other. That's what we got going on inside our own thought process. We've got the side, oh, this is good, this is good, this is good, and this side going, this is bad, but do it anyway. We have to find forgiveness for however that's playing out that is stopping us from growing spiritually. The second reason that we need to practice forgiveness is to free yourself from the self-defeating energy that comes along with resentment and anger and hatred. See, those aren't just idle experiences. You don't just sit back and be angry at somebody and then that's it. You're actually using energy, you're using thought processes to keep this alive. If you stopped thinking about it and stopped giving it any energy whatsoever, it would go away. It's not going to sit there by itself. It doesn't have a power of its own because there's only one power. And then the third reason is to enable you to fully experience this present moment. Like I said, if you are holding some sort of negative feeling about anything, it's keeping you in the past. You cannot be right here, right now. You can't be present moment. And the cool thing about it is if you start focusing on present moment, well, as soon as you focus on it, that moment's gone, you're in another one. So it's not like you're trying to pinpoint a second here. It's the experience of right here, right now. And as long as you can free yourself of any negative energy, thoughts, feelings, you can be in present moment. Now, I can't tell you how to do that because there's a whole lot going on that you can resent. If you're not careful, there's a whole lot going on that you can hate. And it's not that you're going to hell if you resent. You're not going to go to hell if you hate. You are simply blocking yourself from the experience of love and peace and God. There are no justified resentments if you wish to walk a spiritual path. If you have an intention of walking a spiritual path, of expanding your spiritual experience of this life, you can have no resentments. Because every time that resentment pops up, it's yanking you out of that experience of spirituality. The beautiful thing about it is if you get yanked out of it because of resentment, you can forgive yourself. You can replace that resentment with love, with peace, with joy. Excuse me. You don't have to stay there. It is a choice. It's what I love about our moments of gratitude and moments of love and moments of peace that we do every Sunday. It shows you that choosing those is possible. It shows you that gratitude and love, forgiveness, peace, they're choices that you can make. And what I'll tell you is when you find yourself resenting somebody, that was a choice you made too. It's kind of bad when this thing bounces back and forth. Like, oh man, I chose that. I chose. Yeah, we choose it all. That's why being a center for spiritual awareness is so important. Because as you are aware, you know what you're choosing. Choose love and choose peace. So, just want to remind you that we are a center for spiritual awareness. Divine Connection, Center for Spiritual Awareness. There is a church organization out there that has the subtitle Center for Spiritual Awareness. I want to make clear to everybody here and everybody that's watching the video, we're not associated with them. I've only read a little bit about them, and from what I've read, they're very similar to what we talk here. But I really don't know. But we are a center for spiritual awareness, which means that this place is a safe haven for anyone desiring spiritual growth. It makes no difference to me what somebody walks through that door believing. If they are here to expand their spiritual experience, they're welcome. I'm going to keep teaching like I always teach, and I hope it serves each and every one of you, the people on the video, the people that come through that door. Center for Spiritual Awareness also means each person. Can't talk to everybody in this world, but the people who are here, the people who are on this video, you are centers for spiritual awareness. As you expand your experience of spirituality, of spiritual living, you also expand your expression of it. You become a person that people come to for that energy of love and peace that comes along with spiritual living. So just know that and grow your awareness. Allow your awareness to expand. Each of us are spiritual beings. Spiritual beings. And as a spiritual being, we are able to live absolute love, peace, perfection. I know I'm not quite there yet in my thought process to have that perfection. I know I'm a whole lot further than I was a few years ago. So just know that you are capable of having that. There is no end result, as love and peace and spirituality are infinite. There's no end result, so don't shoot for a spot. Shoot for ever expanding your experience. And finally, awareness is found within. It's not out there. It's not out in the world. Awareness is not found in spiritual places. It's not found in spiritual teachings unless you make the choice to experience spirituality more deeply there and in those teachings. The practices and the places, they can all assist us in getting there. They can all assist us in opening our minds, but that's the key here. Consciousness, awareness, opening your mind. So while this place is a safe haven to come and learn, to come and expand, it's not the ultimate answer for anybody. This is just a place to serve as a tool that you can use to more deeply connect, to more deeply express and experience as a center for spiritual awareness. So let's pray. Father God, we are so grateful that we can experience this centered consciousness right here and right now. Through this awareness, we can more fully experience the omnipresence, omnipotence, and omniscience that is you, in us, as us, and through us. We ask today that our awareness and understanding of our divine center within expand and be more fully experienced. Knowing the fullness and perfection of knowing the fullness and the perfection of our divine center is available to us at all times. Let us more fully awaken to its presence. Assist us in releasing all that stands in our way of complete understanding of the truth within. Let us open our minds and hearts to our center that reveals our truths. Knowing this prayer is already made manifest, and we need only open our hearts and minds to receive, we say thank you. And so it is. Amen.